How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about this picture that has been making the rounds all over the internet, that has pretty much gone viral at this point. And I'm going to place that on the screen before you. What you're seeing right now is a model by the name of Halima Aden, a Somali-American, wearing what they call a burkini. It's a burqa, but also kind of a bikini. I'm not really sure how they say it's a bikini. I'm looking at a scuba suit that's bright royal blue with some Middle Eastern garb on top. That's basically what you're seeing right there. I don't see a bikini or burkini, whatever they want to call it, anywhere. But let's talk about this for a moment. This is being celebrated as some kind of, it's modest attire. It's a woman taking her power back. It's showing all the diversity all over the world. First of all, this is Sports Illustrated. As far as I've known, all throughout my life, it's been the magazine where they have the young ladies wearing the swimsuits. It's to have the pretty young girls wearing the bikinis that appeal to men. That is what it's about. This here, the scuba suit with the Middle Eastern garb on top and the head wrap, is not really appealing that much. Although she is trying to be appealing in that pose, which is a problem because the whole thing about burkas, hijabs, niqabs, or whatever it is in the Middle East is to preserve modesty. So when you're posing immodestly, that is what is called haram or forbidden in Islam. Beauty pageants are haram. Posing in men's magazines is haram. This whole thing right here is haram, regardless of whether she's wearing the burkini or not. You cannot have a Sports Illustrated or anything like that in one of these Middle Eastern countries. You're not going to find it. I was talking to one of my friends who was in the military, and he had some kind of magazine like that just laying around in his little area. And one of the locals kind of like snuck off with it and was kind of like giggling because that's something they don't have there. They don't have anything like that. Okay. I said this before when I did a video about London where they defaced the statue of a woman in a bikini. It was defaced very carefully. It was blacked out, her face, all of her body. It was blacked out really carefully. So you will understand this is a Muslim doing this, and they want their women to behave in a certain kind of way and dress in a certain kind of way. So although this person, Halima Aden, is trying to say, I'm the modest model, I'm dressing modestly, this, that, and the third, it ain't just about dressing in Islam. It's about modesty, period. Meaning you cannot be laying in a puddle of water with your hip hanging out, smiling and wearing makeup and all that. That is totally haram. And in some countries, to even have your face showing is haram. Let's get a little bit deeper in it. I looked at the article that is on Mashable.com, and they have her on the cover of Vogue Arabia. I'm not sure that is really a real thing, but I digress. On the cover of Vogue Arabia, it says something like, what does it say? What dressing modestly means today, your body, your rules. Really? And then they got the three ladies on the cover wearing their headscarves, and Halima Aden is one of them. But your body, your rules, since when has that been the case in the Middle East? Try to even go to UAE, where it's a tourist location with some short shorts on in the mall. Try doing that and see how that works out. You might actually get arrested or fined for wearing some short shorts. So your body, your choice, since when? Not in the Middle East. Try not going outside with your burqa on, with your niqab, hijab, or whatever the case may be. You may face some physical violence. Okay, you're talking about places where people get locked up for being raped. For being raped, you get locked up in some of these countries where the headscarves and the body coverings are required. So your body, your choice, I can't tell. It's easy for a Somali-American, quote unquote, which ain't nothing but an American, but that's a different story. It's easy for this person who identifies as a Somali-American to say, well, I have freedom, I have choice. Yes, you do. In America, you could do whatever you want. If you want to put on your pajamas and get in the water at the beach, then go for it. If you want to have on a two-piece swimsuit, if you want to go butt naked at certain beaches, you can do that. But You can't do whatever you want in Saudi. Try going butt naked. Try even just wearing something that's slightly revealing in some of these countries. Even the more first world type of countries like Saudi Arabia. Try doing that there and see how that works out for you. Okay. So while some may want to celebrate this is some kind of women's liberation, all this, that, and the third, what it's really doing is showing you how oppressed women still are in many parts of the world. This may be fashion to her in America as an American, but over some of these countries in the Middle East, it is a requirement that must be done, regardless of whether the culture kind of dictates it. And that's just what is normal and acceptable. And they're cool with it too. Aside from that, you have laws in place. Okay, you have Islamic republics over there that say that you must wear this. And if you don't, there's going to be actual criminal penalties. So I think I'll just park that right there. As I close, I want to say this. Sports Illustrated is supposed to be for pretty young ladies wearing the bikinis in the magazine. Okay. Like I said from the beginning, I'm not trying to see Miss Islam wear the scuba outfit with the Middle Eastern garb on top. I'm just not trying to see it. That's not something that I would even consider to be a bikini. You just have on a strange outfit, but that's just my 2 cents. What say you? Do you think that Halima Aden is very brave for wearing the modest, quote unquote, modest attire? Do you think that she is not being modest in her behavior? Laying in a pool of water, sticking her hip out, makeup, smiling. Is that being modest when they're talking about Islamic women? I'm not really sure, but I don't think so. It could be haram. I just want to hear from you. Are you Muslim yourself? How do you feel about these things? Women posing in men's magazines, women being in beauty pageants, women being on the cover of other magazines with makeup on their face, you know, in a seductive type of way, looking at you. Is that cool? Is it not really a big deal depending upon what country you're in? In America, you could pretty much do whatever. But how about in Saudi Arabia? How about Yemen, Oman, Kuwait, Iraq, Iran, Syria? How about these places? Whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.